Hi, team. I'm recording this EdCommMonterey meeting agenda overview just because our Friday meeting was so fast due to our new MCOE Inside Education program. We've done it in the past, but we did launch it on Friday. So I've spoken about that in previous meetings, but our Inside Education program does invite community members to our office, and we present a topic where workshop style, where we inform them. This week it was on special education, and then we invite them into classrooms. We put them on a school bus and we take them around to different schools and show them that topic in action. So if you have anybody that you think would be very interested in this program, please let me know. We are still taking participants for the program, and in October we're doing career technical education classes, CTE classes, which is going to be really exciting. So we will take a quick look at the agenda this week. Starting off with communications office. This is pretty standard. We've got our community calendar submission form here. And if you haven't already, please add us to your district and school newsletters. We'd love to see what you're doing. We try to follow everybody on social media, but it's also wonderful to get your newsletters straight to our inboxes so that we can add articles into our district and community newsletters on all the great things you're doing out there. Safe and healthy schools. It has been pretty obvious that we have rescinded the vaccine or test requirement for school employees. I've sent wording out that you could use, but we do have a link to the PDF. And if you would like any clarification on that, please just let me know, and I'm happy to provide more wording for you. We do have an October 15th deadline to submit your comprehensive school safety plans to the state. I have the CDE letter there and a link to the website resources. Again, feel free to reach out if you need any help with your school safety plans. We have the at-home test order form. So if you need more of those tests, please use that order form. And also coming up, I believe it is next week, we have our MCOE and Mixed SIG Health and Wellness Fair here at the MCOE office. Very exciting, lots of prizes, lots of vendors. It's going to be a great time. So the flyer can be found there. Please promote that to your employees so that they know that they can come on by for that. We also have several walk-in vaccination clinics that are being offered both through the county health office and the Monterey County Office of Education. And we have our September self-care calendar, which has been linked here for a while. I will be linking our October self-care calendar as soon as I receive a copy of that. Okay, under Ed Services, we have our perpetually linked professional development calendar. I will be updating that with October offerings very soon, hopefully this week, because we are only 2 weeks away from that new month. And the CDE just announced that there are teacher assignment data rollout office hours every Thursday from 9 to 10 a.m. September 15th through December 15th. You can click that link to register. Please take a look at that link so you can figure out which one of your employees should know about those office hours. Under human resources, I came across an article that was talking about potential taxation on the student loan forgiveness program. We're still waiting to hear exactly what the details are on the student loan program forgiveness program. We will be giving you all the information on how your employees can apply for that student loan forgiveness when we get it. But we're also watching any lawsuits that are going to be brought for this, and then this potential taxation piece came up this week, and I thought it was interesting. I keep my eye on everything, so you may want to read that just to stay in the know. And then we also have a PDF about proposed alternative procedures for Form I-9 compliance. So because many employees were working from home or remotely, from what I gather, I'm not a human resources expert, from what I gather, we were allowed to accept the driver's licenses, passports, those proof of identity forms electronically from employees, and that may be changing soon. So you might want to send that PDF to your human resources department just to keep an eye on that. Under student services, we have the Cal Kids College Savings Program. This is pretty exciting. The state of California is offering at minimum $500 for, I'm going to say most kids. Again, I'm not an expert on this program, so I don't want to say absolutely all kids get this. I'm not sure if there's an income threshold on the families, but Governor Newsom is trying to get a minimum of $500 in the savings program for students, and then more if they qualify in various ways. Housing insecurity, low income, we know the various categories students might get more money. There's a very interesting article here through the LAist. I would encourage you to read it because some high school students who just graduated figured out that they have accounts with money already in it. So if you are a high school district, your high school students may already have money in those accounts, including ones that just recently graduated this past spring. And if you keep alumni contact information, you might want to send information out about this Cal Kids College program to your most recent graduates so that they can see if they have that money. $500 may not sound like a lot, but it can be the difference between making your tuition payment or not for students who are going to college. And then I also have a link to the Cal Kids College Savings Program official website there. So please check that article out. Pass this information on to your counselors, your college counselors, and see if that might work for your high school students, especially alumni that just recently moved on. And if you're at the elementary or middle school level, you may want to keep your eye on this and inform parents because that could really make a difference in their college financial planning. Information technology. There have been several subsidies that have been put out for cell phones and data for low-income families, and they may be expiring soon for your families, which again could make the difference between whether they have access to cell phones or internet data at home. And that could really make a difference for your students, especially if your teachers are assigning homework online that would require internet access. We've assumed that all of our students have had internet access to a point. I mean, I think we keep it in mind that they may not, but there have been so many programs and subsidies. Well, they may be expiring soon. So I encourage you to read this article. And then there are also resources at the bottom of that article or that web page for parents whose subsidies may be expiring to try to help them fill that gap. So I encourage you to take a look at that and push those resources out to your families if you think that they might need that. We have two policy or hot topic issues here. The first is the CDE summer school with third parties and tuition fees. Take a look at that PDF. And October 1st is when the CDE Cal Grant grade point average submission is due. And I believe that this is a requirement for students who are looking for certain scholarships. Not positive, please check out that letter there, but we want to make sure that we get all that information submitted to the CDE so our students have all the doors and windows open to them when they are applying for scholarships and college admission. Several grants and award programs listed here, September 30th. If you are interested in applying for the School Health Demonstration Project Technical Assistant Teams, that's a mouthful, please take a look. That is due September 30th. October 3rd, the Schools to Watch award nominations are due. This is specifically for middle schools. We would love all of our Monterey County middle schools to apply for this. If you meet those qualifications, please let us know if you apply and get this award. We really want to promote you. October 6th is the United States Senate Youth Program. So please take a look at that and push that out to any students who might be interested. October 14th is the deadline for the CISC Leadership Symposium Presenter application. So if any of your staff members are interested in presenting at CISC, those applications are due October 14th. November 2nd is the due date for the Green Ribbon Schools Award Program nominations. So again, we really encourage all of our schools to apply for that. If you meet the qualifications, please let us know if you get that Green Ribbon Award, and we are going to promote the heck out of you. December 30th is the Funding Round A for Charter Schools Revolving Loan Program. I did speak with Michelle Archuleta. She is in charge of our charter schools compliance program. She did not think any of our charter schools qualified for this loan fund program, but I wanted to put it out there just so you could double check. She encourages you to reach out to her if this is something that you are interested in applying for and meet the qualifications, and she can help you out with that. January 3rd, I know it sounds like a ways off, but it's only about 3 months away, especially considering we have several major vacations in there. This is the California National Board Certification Candidate Subsidy Grant deadline. So if any of your staff are interested in going for their national board certification and would like that subsidy grant, they need to apply by January 3rd. So please push that out to your staff members. And then I've kept this linked for a while here. It is our Biliteracy Pathway Recognition Program overview. So if you are interested in finding out more about that for your school or your students, you can click that link. Upcoming social media and newsletter campaigns. As always, we have our MCOE social media and promotions spreadsheet there. It's pretty skeletal. We're adding to it as the year goes on. We're just trying to find the rhythm and the patterns of the year, but we would love you to suggest additions to the spreadsheet, and please use it for anything that it would be helpful for. I did link to an article on the 988 Suicide Prevention Lifeline. This is very interesting to me. Calls are up 45% to the Lifeline after the launch of this new number. I'm going to admit I didn't understand the impact of this new number when it came out this summer. I saw the news, I saw the launch, but I didn't understand that this 988 number is essentially 911. So you call 911 if you're having a physical emergency and you need the OMS to come and help you out. 988 is going to be just like this, but for people who are really feeling like they are on the verge of committing suicide. And the FCC has had this number reserved since before the pandemic. The article says the exact year. It's just taken many, many years to actually coordinate getting this put into use. And so this summer, they finally got it together, pushed it out, and now 988 is going to be the number that people just have memorized and can call if they need to speak to someone. And because we have a very simple 3-digit number, just like 911, those calls are up 45%, which just really hammered in the importance to me of getting this information out to our students and our parents and our community. So we've got an article on the importance of 988 right there, which I think could be really interesting if you wanted to use that at a staff meeting with your teachers, just so that they really understand the importance of that 988 number. And then I also have a link here to social media resources that I would even encourage you to print out as little flyers, put them up in the restrooms where students are so that they see it, put them in your halls, put them in your classrooms. The more students have interaction with this number, hopefully the more it pops into their head when either they need it or when a friend is on the edge, they can say, hey, I think we need to call 988 right now. This is, it's too heavy for me. Let's call somebody and talk with them. But I also attended the county supervisors meeting this week where they were doing a resolution to create September as National Suicide Awareness Month for Monterey County. And they were talking about the very real lives that had been saved by the 988 number here in Monterey County. So the more we can get this number out to our students and our families, the more lives we're going to save. Let's get in front of that and be proactive. I also have a social media toolkit here for you that for you for that Cal Kids College Savings Program that we discussed earlier. So once you take a look at that article, you understand exactly what that college savings program is. We have social media tools here for you. So images that you can use on social media, newsletters that you can send home for your parents. Let's get as much information out to parents as we can about this college savings program. We talk a lot about college and career readiness, but financial planning is a huge part of that. So if parents know that this money is being tucked away for their students and is going to be there, then maybe college will become more a part of their conversation with students. September is National School Attendance Awareness Month. We all know how crucial attendance is to the well-being of our students and the closing of the academic gap in our schools. If students are not in school, then they are not getting that academic information, they're not getting the SEL, social emotional programs that we have for them, and they're not making growth. So we have a CDE letter discussing how September is the National School Attendance Awareness Month, and we also have a social media toolkit that you can use to remind parents how crucial attendance is. And maybe that can be passed on to your parent coordinators if you have one, or pushed out to your families, really stressing the importance of getting students to school every single day and getting them to school on time. You know, that consistency is so crucial. We have an Impact Monterey Youth Survey campaign. This is ending October 15th. Resources can be found at this link. This survey will directly impact the programs and resources offered through the county, through some of our community partnerships. So we really want our youth in all of our schools to feel like they have a voice, they have agency in what's being offered to them. And this survey will do just that. So if you could send this link out to your staff, I know it is one more thing, but if they could just put it on their Google Classrooms, ask students to fill that survey out, it would be really huge. It would go a long way in giving feedback to our community partners and the resources and programs needed. There's also an adult survey on that page. So if we just, oh, I'm sorry, this is going to a Google Drive. Sorry, it's going to a Google Drive with the social media links here, but I will include the actual link for the survey under here. There is an adult survey there as well to get feedback from our parents and community members on resources they need. So I will directly link to both of those surveys here as soon as this video is done. Okay, September 25th. If you see something, say something. This is a campaign here for suspicious activity. So we have a whole toolkit there that you can push out. I've continued to link to our Red Ribbon Week every week. That is difficult for me to say, and the MCOE flyer. And then if you have any stories that you'd like to submit for our own social media channels, we would love to have them. Lastly, under helpful resources for later, we have a group therapy model for students. The article is found here. I found it very interesting. It was especially speaking to a group of students that had immigrated from an area and were feeling kind of separated from their culture, and how the school helped bring them into all of that. So that is our agenda for this week. Again, please put next to your school or district here any news, updates, wonderful initiatives that you're working on that you'd like other people to know about. We would love to hear. And I will begin working on this Friday's agenda today and send out that calendar invite for you. Thank you all so much, and I will see you on Friday.